Oh, hi everybody. I'm so glad you could join me today. We have some good stories about mothers because on Sunday it will be Mother's Day, and that's the day where it's very nice to show your mother how much you appreciate all that she does for you. So I'm going to share a couple good stories, and I think the first one I'm going to share with you is called Toby is a Big Boy. This is written by Lou Peacock and Kris. And this is a story about this little elephant named Toby who likes being a big boy until he finds out that maybe being a big boy means that he doesn't get as much of his mother's attention as he would like because Mother Elephant is awfully busy with his little sister. So this is Toby is a Big Boy. Toby is a Big Boy by Lou Peacock and illustrated by Kris. Let's get in this a little better. Here we go. Toby knew that he was getting bigger. He thought he might be a big boy. There he is. He's riding on his tricycle all by himself. His mother has to drive his little sister. She can't ride a bike by herself yet. He could pour his own milk. Oops, spilled a little bit. He could read his own bedtime stories. He could even reach the snacks that Mama said were just for Mama. In fact, he could do most things all by himself. Being a big boy, thought Toby, was exciting. He was also bigger than his little sister Iris. Iris was very small. And because Iris was so small, Mama was very busy. See, Mama has to feed Iris, but Toby can feed himself. Sometimes it felt like Toby had to do everything all by himself, even the hard things. You can see he has some spaghetti on his head. Oops. Wrapped around his nose, his trunk. When Toby had to do his buttons, Mama was too busy with Iris to help. I'm just putting Iris's hat on, Toby, she said, but you're my big boy. You can do things all by yourself. But Toby couldn't, and now his coat was crooked all day. He buttoned everything up. Didn't line up the buttons. I sometimes do that too. When Toby had to put on his rain boots, Mama was still too busy with Iris to help. Well, I'm just putting Iris in her stroller, Toby, she said, but you're my big boy. You can do things all by yourself. But Toby couldn't, and his rain boots didn't match all day. And I wonder if he got them on the right feet. Did you ever do that, where you put the left shoe on your right foot and your right shoe on your left foot? Did I say that right? It was very hard to go potty by himself, too. Oh, dear. Look at that. Oh, my goodness. He can't reach the toilet paper now. And Toby began to wonder if being a big boy wasn't so exciting after all. He called for Mama. Mama came to help, because that's what mothers do. Mama, pants and toilet paper are too hard for me, Toby said. I can't do everything all by myself. Oh, said Mama, Toby, you're such a big boy, and you can do a lot of things all by yourself. But I can always help you. Well, that's good to know. But as Toby was beginning to feel better, Iris started to cry, and Mama had to go. Oh, poor Toby. Now Toby was mad. I will show Mama what I can do all by myself, he thought. So he packed a suitcase, and then when everything was ready, he set off. all by myself. Toby opened the door to the backyard, all by myself. He climbed down the steps, all by myself. And then he sat on his swing, all by myself, he said. Toby was soon hungry and cold. Toby didn't feel like being a big boy anymore. Being a big boy wasn't exciting. But just at that moment, look who came. Toby, said Mama. There you are. Why did you walk off like that? And Toby sniffed. I don't want to be a big boy. I want to be a baby like Iris. And Mama said, oh, Toby, Iris can't do all the exciting things that you can do, but however big you are, and even when you're all grown up, you will always be my baby. Always, said Toby. And Mama said, yes, always. Aww. And now Toby likes to help Mama with the little sister. So that's a nice way he can show his appreciation for his mommy. Isn't that nice? And feel grown up and be a part, because we have to help when we're part of a family. And sometimes we have to share our mommies and daddies. All right, well, that was a nice story. So maybe you guys know what that feels like to be all grown up. And sometimes you'd rather not be all grown up. You want to be spoiled a little bit too. So, all right. Well, let's see now. I have another good book. I have two more good ones. This one is called On Mother's Lap. This is another one that's similar to our story about Toby, where this little boy likes sitting on his mother's lap, and maybe he doesn't want to share his mother's lap with his little baby sister. So this is On Mother's Lap by Ann Herbert Scott, illustrated by Glo Colson. On Mother's Lap. Here they are. Maybe it's a baby brother. I couldn't remember. Michael was sitting on his mother's lap. Back and forth they rocked. Let's get Dolly, said Michael. Soon Michael and Dolly were on Mother's lap. Back and forth they rocked. Boat needs me, said Michael. I'll bring Boat. Michael climbed back on Mother's lap, with Boat on one side and Dolly on the other, and back and forth they rocked. I want my reindeer blanket, said Michael. Carefully, Michael tucked his reindeer blanket around Boat and Dolly, and back and forth they all rocked on Mother's lap. Puppy wants to come too, said Michael. Wow, Michael and Boat and Dolly and Puppy all cuddled beneath the reindeer blanket on Mother's lap. And back and forth they rocked. Oh, I hear Baby crying, said Mother. She'd like to rock with us too. Look at Michael. He doesn't have, see, his mommy has sort of smiley eyes. Michael's don't look so smiley there, do they? And Michael said, "There isn't room." And Mommy said, let's see. Oh, here he's got the blanket over his head. Do you think he's mad? Is he mad like Toby? He doesn't want to share with his little baby brother or sister. Now, Michael and Baby both snuggled close to Mother. Boat and Dolly and Puppy were in Michael's arms. The reindeer blanket wrapped around them all. And back and forth, they rocked. And Michael said, "It feels good." Aww. And his mother gave him a squeeze. And she whispered, "You know, it's a funny thing, but there's always room on Mother's lap." Aww. Isn't that a nice story? Mothers have lots of love to go around for all their children. So I think it would be nice to sing a little song about loving our mothers. And it goes like this. I love Mommy, I love Mommy, yes I do, yes I do. All I want to say is Happy Mother's Day. I love you, I love you. Oh, that's a nice little song to sing to your mommy on Mother's Day. So Sunday is Mother's Day. We're going to make a nice little card to give to our mothers because it's just a nice way to show our mommies that we care. So, all right. Well, I have one more good story to share with you. And this is written by Todd Parr and it's called The Mommy Book. And I just think it's so nice and talks about all the different kinds of mommies that there are. Not all mommies are alike, but each mommy is special and unique. And our mommies, we always feel like our mommies are the best, don't we? The Mommy Book. Here we go. Some mommies drive minivans, and some mommies drive motorcycles. Some mommies wear jeans, and some mommies dress up. Some mommies make snow angels with you, and some mommies play in the rain with you. All mommies like to hang out with you. That's true. Some mommies like to dance, and some mommies like to swim. Some mommies work at home, and some mommies work in big buildings. Some mommies teach you how to paint, and some mommies teach you how to play sports. But all mommies like to watch you sleep. Oh yes, that is so true. There's nothing like mommy's joy watching their little children peacefully sleeping. Some mommies have short hair. Some mommies have big hair. Some mommies like to cook, and some mommies like to order pizza. Some mommies go fishing, and some mommies go shopping. All mommies love to kiss and hug you. So this X and O is a way to say kiss and hug. And I never know which is which. Some mommies fly kites, and some mommies fly planes. Some mommies sing you songs, and some mommies read you stories. All mommies want you to be who you are. So, All mommies have different ways to show their children how they love them. So your mommy has her own special way, and your friend's mommy has another way. And so that's what makes us all special and unique. So I hope you like that one. I like the mommy book. Maybe you saw some things that were like your mommy, and maybe you saw some things that weren't like your mommy, but we don't love them any less, do we? That's right. They're all good. They're all something good and special. All right. And I have one more song to sing with you. It's called Mommy Takes Good Care of Me. So, Mommy takes good care of me, care of me, care of me. Mommy takes good care of me because she loves me so. Let's try that one again. Mommy takes good care of me, care of me, care of me. Mommy takes good care of me because she loves me so. All right. Okay, well, as I said, we're going to make a nice little card to show our mommies how much we love them and appreciate all the nice things that they do for us. So let me move my computer and I'll show you what we're going to do. We are going to make a little card with our handprint on it because mommies do love to see our hands. And as we grow up and get older, the size of our hand changes. So it's kind of a fun thing to make your mommy now while you're little and you have a little hand before you're all grown up. So you need a piece of white paper. And I'm going to fold it in half. And then, now your hand is much cuter than mine because you have a little hand. So I'm just going to take, I'm going to use a marker for my hand, and I'm going to trace around my hand, my fingers. And these, we're going to make, well, we're going to make our kind of a flower because mommies do love flowers too. So our hand print almost looks like the petals on a flower, doesn't it? Okay, so I'll just finish it up that way. There we go. So now I have my hand all traced. And then I'm going to take a green because I'm going to make my leaf for my hand. I need a stem, so I'm going to make a line for my stem. And then I'm just going to, just with the side of my marker, I'm going to make my leaves. Okay. Okay, like that. There. And then I can color that in with a green crayon. That's very easy. And now I'm going to make all different colors for each finger. I bet yours will be very pretty because you'll do different kinds of colors than I choose. But I'm going to choose, oh, this one I'm going to make with purple. I love, purple's one of my favorite colors. You should maybe think about what are your mommy's favorite colors. In fact, you might want to ask mommy, what's your favorite color? Some mommies like red, some mommies like pink, some mommies like blue. It's just like our Todd Parr story. All mommies are special and unique, and that's what we love about them. Let's see, I think I'll mix in some. Oh, I think I'll go first. I don't know if I have a very good red here. This looks like a pretty good red. Let's see if we can mix in some red and purple for this one. So I made alternating colors here for my fingers. Okay. And then, let's see here, I'm gonna add, I'll make another purple. That's a different, I always think I'm gonna have a different shade of purple, but I do like that shade of purple too. So I'll add that in there. And there we go. Now, on the inside of our card, we're gonna write I love you and make some X's and O's like in our story, which shows how we love our mommies with hugs and kisses. So I'll take my marker for that. I think I'll use orange inside. So I'm going to write I love, and for love, I'm going to make a heart. I love you. And then I'm going to go X,
O, X, O. Lots of X's and O's. And you can even write your name if you know how to spell your name. And then I think I'll color the inside of my heart with some purple, make it prettier. And you can really make yours as fancy as you like, but I'll color my O's with some red. I'll use lots of different colors. I'll use some blue in here. Maybe my mommy likes blue, so I'll use some blue. And some green. Go with some green there too. Okay, so there you go. That's how you make a nice little card for your mommy to let her know how much you love her and appreciate her. Maybe you might want to tell her some reasons why you think your mommy is so special. She'll love to hear that. All right, well, it was so nice to have you join me today. And I hope you liked our stories. And we'll see you next time.